Right, welcome back everybody. We're on part 3 of this full Mondeo dent repair, and what we're going to be doing now is we're going to hit it out with a DA sander. This is a filler primer, the green TI. We're just going to hit that with a 500, getting it ready to take our base coat. So let's get started. Right then, so what we're going to be doing now is we're just going to go over this whole panel now with this grey Scotch-Brite pad, just to put the key to it, so once we do put the colour it adheres to it and sticks to it. So I'm going to take these off while he does that. Right then, so this is all this part all Scotch-Brited now. We're only going up to this line here, so that's where we're laying the lacquer into, and the same on the lower arch here. We're just painting the green bits, and then we'll be lacquering this whole section here. And round the back, same again as we just said, we're just painting primed parts. We're not going to be painting this plastic strip, we'll mask that up. We will be lacquering the whole thing. And as I say, we're not too bothered about the Mondeo word there, because that will help me for when I come to reline the letters. So, but all the glue is off of that, so we're just giving it a wipe down with some wax and grease remover. And then mask it up, give it one final wipe over, and then get a bit of base coat on it. Right folks, as you can see now, we are all masked up. It's just had its final panel wipe, and we've gone over it with a tack rag. So we've masked up where we want to be masking up. And since we've been out, it's been lovely, no wind at all. But now we're going to get the spray gun out, the wind started to pick up again. And we do know we are going to get bits in it. We are painting outside at the end of the day. We're not in a spray booth environment, and even in a spray booth, you still get bits in your bodywork. You can't just help that. But we're at a high risk out here, obviously doing it in the open elements. I've got no doubt that this ain't going to look good once it's finished. Once it's fully cured, the lacquer. After we'll leave it probably a week or two. I say I don't really use the car much, so it can just be sat left there, and we are getting a bit of heat at the minute, so hopefully it'll bake well. We're meant to be getting a hot weekend this weekend coming, so we'll leave it then. We'll come back then, and we'll come back and give it a bit of a cut back and a polish if it needs it. So we're just going to get the spray gun now, get the base coat, and start getting a drop of colour on this.
Okay, now. Oh,
Right, so we're just going to go around now and tack this off with a tack rag.
First coat.
So that's the first coat now. We'll leave that for 5 or 10 minutes to tack off, and then we'll go ahead and give it a second coat then. Right, so that's 10 minutes, so we're going to hit a second coat on it now. Right then, we've just assessed the situation and we've got plenty of paint left, didn't we?
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do the face of the boot. Why not? It's alright, isn't it?
Will do once you get a drop coat on it.
Right then folks, so we're going to put the lacquer on now. I won't be able to go around with you because I ain't got a mask for this, so I'm just going to leave you there on the tripod and you can go from there. Right then, so that's the car. It's had 3 coats of lacquer now. We're just going to leave it off to dry and then we'll just show you around it. As you can see, it's come out lovely. It's a good colour match and all. So we're going to leave this now. We'll probably revisit this car in a couple of weeks, so that'll give the lacquer a good time to harden off, and then we'll come, because we have to feather a few edges in, as you can see where we've just done the blend there. So I'll say we're not in a rush to get this done. We'll leave it a couple of weeks because we've got other jobs to do, and there will be a part 4 where we come back to show you how to feather the edges in and polish the paintwork. And as you can see here, there's a couple of little bits of dust in here, I'll say, but that will come out when we come back to rub it down. So we'll rub that down with 1000 grit and then we'll give it a good polish, and we'll show you the results.
You can see the blend here at the moment, but we're going to obviously feather that in. I don't think you can see that on the camera, can you?
It's about there. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
we finished it up about there. So that's, the lacquer stopped at about there, and that's where we sanded back with the Scotch-Brite pad. So we'll just blend that in when we come to cut and polish it back. But as I say, we might have to revisit this again because of the little bits of dust in it.
Right then, so that's part 3. That's the base coat and the lacquer. So there will be a part 4, I say, a couple of weeks or so. I mean, it's not going to be a perfect job. It is a driveway repair at the end of the day. We're not doing it in a spray booth or nothing. So we do expect to get little bits of dust in it and stuff like that. But I'm really happy with how it's turned out. We will get it looking a lot better than what it is with the dust when we come to revisit it. You'll see that.
Filthy anyway.
And you'll see that in part 4. So we're going to leave it here and see you in part 4.
See you later, folks.